Hi everyone, I am Hasaan Khawar. I am Special Assistant to the Chief Minister Punjab on information, and I am also the spokesperson for the Government of Punjab. Punjab is the largest province in Pakistan, and it's an absolute pleasure for me to be here with you virtually and to participate in this very engaging SDG festival. I want to commend UNESCO for all its effort because UNESCO is one organization that has kept the culture going around the world. It has kept the narrative, the discourse around a very important aspect of our lives. Punjab is a very interesting place. It's a province of 110 million people. It is extremely rich in cultural diversity. It is the land of Indus Valley civilization. We have a fascinating history. We have a very interesting geography. There are many ethnicities coexisting within this piece of land, and I'm very proud to be associated with Punjab and being the son of the soil. Chief Minister Sardar Usman Khan Buzdar has been heading the province for the last 3 years, and he is someone who has really championed this cause. He has put in new energy into this sector. He has prompted the department to come up with a new culture policy, and that is something that was unheard of in this province, and I think that's commendable. And the government, our civil servants, our politicians and people are very excited about the work we are doing to promote culture in Punjab. We are living in strange times, and the last few years have been tough on the world because of the COVID-19 pandemic. One of the problems that COVID posed to the whole world was our distance from the culture. Theatres were closed, cinemas were closed, people had nowhere to go. They could not vent out their energies, they could not entertain themselves, and as a result, the culture suffered. This whole industry suffered. And I think that's one of the biggest losses that we have incurred under this pandemic. We also had to improvise. We had to find new ways to still keep this connection going. We had to work in new ways to keep on connecting with the people, and that's what we did. We worked with our artist community, we worked with our theatres, we worked with our other creative industries to keep their work going and offer them through new platforms. Because if people couldn't come physically to these venues, they still needed their dose of creativity, their dose of entertainment, and that's what we worked on. Also, I think the pandemic was very hard on the artist community. Many of them relied on their income, meager incomes, because it's not a very high-paying industry in Pakistan, and for that matter, any developing country, and they were financially hit. So one of the things that Chief Minister of Punjab started was to set up a COVID-19 relief fund for artists. And we identified those people who had no alternative source of income, and we provided financial assistance to them. We identified more than 1,500 families, and government support kept them going and helped them to sail through this crisis. Now, I also want to talk about the culture policy that I mentioned a while back. We are very excited about this policy because this is the first time Government of Punjab, or for that matter, any provincial government in Pakistan, has come up with a culture policy. It is approved now, and that's our guiding document in terms of where we want to go on our cultural trajectory, especially in terms of sector development. There are a few important things that I want to talk about under this culture policy. Number one, culture is important all across the world, but more so in a country which is a victim of extremism, which has a huge youth bulge, because it is all the more important to connect with our younger lot. It is very important to communicate with our youth and to engage them positively. And one of the things that our policy emphasizes is to engage with our youth through our creative industries, to spread a positive message and to fight against extremism. And I think that's perhaps the most important part of our culture policy and our approach to fight extremism. Second is to create a conducive environment for creative industries. Now that is something which is very difficult Yet we had to take a start because we want to create an environment where we can train the artists, we can connect them with the commercial avenues so that they can market their work. We have to connect them with financing. We have to work on intellectual property rights. So that's another goal that we are working on, and that is also a very important pillar of our policy. The third is to help and support a few sectors. So we identified 10 key sectors under the ambit of culture, including cultural entrepreneurship, film, theatre, music, many others. And we are developing sector plans to strengthen these sectors and to energize them and to kind of really take them onto a different trajectory so that people working within those sectors get the benefit, citizens get better content, and the province gets to prosper. The fourth is to map our human assets. And by human assets, I mean our artists, our people from our theatre, music, all these creative industries. And we are developing a database of all these people so that we know where they are, we know who they are, and then we put in place a plan to capitalize on their unbelievable talent. And that's what we are doing. The last thing is the institutional strengthening, because a policy is only as good as your capacity to deliver it, and that's what we are working on. At the end, I would just want to highlight one thing. Culture is a fascinating thing because culture is something which highlights our differences, which highlights our diversity, yet it connects all of us in a mysterious way. Culture is our medicine against extremism, and that's what we are working for. Thank you.